The promise of liberty had curdled into fear. Paris, once the heart of revolution, now beat to the rhythm of the guillotine. This was the reign of terror. Their mission, to purge France of its enemies, both foreign and domestic. But who was an enemy? The definition became terrifyingly broad. The Jacobin Club, once a forum for vibrant debate, became an echo chamber of suspicion. The Revolutionary Tribunal delivered verdicts with chilling speed. Justice was swift, public, and brutal. Thousands were led to the Place de la Révolution, where the blade fell day after day, a gruesome spectacle for the cheering, or perhaps terrified, crowds. Among the first giants to fall was Georges Danton, a powerful orator, a man of the people. He had been a driving force of the early revolution. But Danton grew weary of the endless bloodshed. He called for moderation, for an end to the terror. To Robespierre, this was weakness, a betrayal. Danton's calls for clemency were twisted into treason. He faced the tribunal, the very court he helped create. His final words to the executioner were a defiant roar. "Show my head to the people." No one was safe. The revolution had begun to devour its own. Paranoia became the air they breathed. Robespierre, increasingly isolated, saw traitors in every shadow. His speeches grew more frantic, his accusations more wild. He spoke of a republic of virtue, but his methods were steeped in terror. He turned on his own allies, men who had stood beside him, convinced they were plotting his downfall. The Committee of Public Safety, once a unified body, fractured under the weight of his obsession. His former colleagues began to fear they would be next on his list. The man who had wielded absolute power was now consumed by the very fear he had unleashed upon the nation. His grip was slipping, not because of an outside enemy, but from the implosion within. The breaking point came on the 9th of Thermidor. Robespierre took to the stage at the National Convention, a new list of traitors in his hand. But this time he refused to name them. It was a fatal mistake. Fear galvanized his opponents. Shouts of "down with the tyrant" erupted. The hunter became the hunted. He was arrested along with his closest followers. Next day, Maximilien Robespierre, the architect of the terror, faced the same fate he had dealt to so many others. He was taken to the guillotine, silent and broken. As the blade fell, a cheer went up from the crowd, not of revolutionary fervor, but of sheer relief. The reign of terror was over, but the end of the terror did not bring stability. It wrought a power vacuum. He was vulnerable, desperate for a leader who could restore order. And from the battlefields of Italy and Egypt, a name began to rise: Napoleon Bonaparte. He was a brilliant general, a man of action and immense ambition, who offered France what it craved most: victory and strength. He was seen not as a politician, but as a savior. While the politicians in Paris squabbled, Napoleon won battles, securing France's borders and its pride. He was the sword of the revolution, and soon he would prove to be its master. The moment came with the coup of 18 Brumaire. With the government in disarray, Napoleon returned to Paris as a national hero. Backed by the army and key political conspirators, he stormed the legislative chambers and seized power. It was a swift, decisive move that ended the Directory, the final phase of the revolutionary government. The era of debate, of committees, of popular assemblies was over. France, in its search for stability, had traded the chaos of democracy for the efficiency of a single, powerful ruler. The republic born in the fire of 1789 was effectively dead. In its place, a new chapter was beginning, one that would lead France from a republic to an empire, with an emperor at its head. So what was the legacy of this decade of turmoil? Did the French Revolution achieve its goal of liberty, equality, fraternity? The monarchy was gone, the old aristocracy shattered, and France had traded one absolute ruler for another. The journey from King Louis to Emperor Napoleon was a bloody circular path. The revolution had shown that the quest for freedom is fraught with danger, that the very ideals meant to liberate can be twisted into tools of oppression. It remains one of history's most profound and cautionary tales. The tricolor flag, once a pure symbol of hope, was now soaked in the complex legacy of its own creation. If this story of betrayal and transformation moved you, let us know by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Turn on notifications because there are so many more powerful stories from the past that deserve to be remembered. Thanks for watching.